Okay, CB Forge 714 head. I start with 5 iron, and I use this head in a 5 iron and 6 iron. The reasons for that, they're the 2 longest irons that I actually carry in the bag. I like the look of the club first and foremost, but 2, there's a little extra help in longish irons. 1, they hit it slightly higher than my lower irons, so therefore I've now got something that A, I like the look of, B, the numbers work out right, and then from 5 and 6 I blend into the MBs and then take them through into the lower irons. I use Project X PXI 7.0. I used Dynamic Gold X100s for many years. I moved into this shaft. I just felt that I actually reduced the actual weight of the shaft very slightly. I gained a little bit of extra height, and because of that the ball was stopping a little quicker on the greens. Well, a couple of years ago I went for a 4 wedge system instead of a 3 wedge system. I used to use 48, 54, 60. What I've been able to do now is really tighten those gaps down. That's the scoring part of the golf game. And you know, for me now, my first wedge starts at 48 degrees of loft, and that carries 142 yards. I then move into what I would call is a gap wedge. This is SM5. It's 52 degrees of loft with 12 degrees of bounce. This carries 132 yards, so there's a nice gap there. And then I move into my 56 degree, which I've used now for quite some time. Same thing. I've actually got a slight more bounce on the 56 than I have with a 52. This flies 122 yards, and then I go into. I'm giving you all maximum yardages here. Obviously, I can dial them backwards if I want to. I've then stretched the gap in all the way to 63. The reason I've done this. I like the way this club sits on the ground. I like the bounce. I like the grind. I can get it up very quickly if I have to, but I can actually carry that 104 yards. So, you know, I've got a club which, you know, is capable of hitting many shots, but I've also got 3 others that take me all the way up to 140 plus yards. I've always liked a fairly straight leading edge. So I've always asked the guys just naturally just to take off a tiny bit of curve on the front edge. A lot of people will see a tiny bit of rounding, but we actually just lightly touch this on a grinding machine, just literally to straighten that leading edge. And I do that on all of the 3 wedges from 52, 56 and a 63. I have a big addiction to cars, so I have a few of the cars that I have stamped on the wedge. Yeah, I've transitioned into this. It's you know, it's taken me a while to get in. I guess I've always loved his putters and admired his workmanship, but I really, you know, moving to Titleist, you know, for the 2015 season, I really wanted to, you know, try and get this in the bag. So I worked very hard. It's a GSS 350. Very clean looking head. I've actually put a little bit of weight at the top of the shaft, which you might notice. It's not something that was done in the factory. I felt when I received the putter and I was testing, it was fractionally heavier than the previous putter I was using. So I just tried to counteract that, put a little bit of weight at the top of the shaft, and it lightens up the swing weight just slightly. So it's a personal thing that I've done, but I really like it. I've been a Pro V1X guy for a long time. I've never used a Pro V1 in a tournament, so I've always used an X. And within the options we have here, this is the one that's, you know, really, you know, I've gravitated to. The spin rates have been good. The feel around the green has improved this year. We've got, you know, we've got a lot of testing done. The numbers I feel match my game and what it is I want to have out the golf ball. I've got a little extra feel around the green, a tiny little sound difference when you putt. which is good. The fact that it's softer, it dampens the sound slightly. So I get softer feel with the wedges around the green, and therefore when I putt, I get a nice soft sounding, you know, strike off of the putter.